Welcome to the Growth Mode podcast, where real conversations fuel real business growth. Hosted by Nina Labbe, media strategist with Salem Surround. Get ready to listen, learn, and grow. This is Growth Mode.
What does it take to care like you mean it? For many families navigating health challenges, the person answering that question isn't just a provider. It's the partner who's there when it matters most, in the home, in the routine, and in the moments no one else sees. Today, on the Growth Mode podcast and radio show, we're talking with two leaders from DLP Home Care Services, Ciara Lillie, Office Manager, and Teshema Manning, Director, who are redefining what compassionate home care looks like here in San Antonio. We'll dive into how DLP supports families through health transitions, the culture they've built from the inside out, what's changed in care delivery, and how they ensure dignity, comfort, and trust every step of the way. If you care about leadership, community impact, or building service-driven brand that actually makes life better, this conversation is for you. Let's begin. Thank you, Ciara and Teshema, for being a guest on Growth Mode.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us.
Yes, I'm so excited to learn more. Let's kind of start with the story, let's start from the beginning. What inspired the launch of DLP Home Care Services, and what needs were you seeing in San Antonio?
Great question. Thank you so much, Nina, for having us today. DLP Home Care started really from understanding the need that seniors are living longer. There is everyone in everyone's family. If it's in your family, even if it's not in your family, you know someone who is struggling, who needs an extra set of hands. So the way it was all started came from the compassion and wanting to help, whether it be someone who has struggled in our life, someone who has struggled in another family member's life or a colleague's life. Mm-hmm. We all have seen that our seniors are needing that extra hand, that extra step. And sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean a nurse or a doctor, but just someone who could help with regular daily activities.
Yeah, sure. All right. Awesome. So when you think about your mission, how do you define compassionate care in your own words?
Love that question. Compassion. It really means digging deep and opening your heart. Finding that dignity for seniors who seemingly lose that over time. It depends. It doesn't depend on whether they have a sickness. So it could be a dementia or Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. So just having that love and the willingness to still help no matter what stage of their sickness or their deterioration is. We're here to ensure that we give them their dignity that they deserve, that we are still loving on them. They are our elders. They've been here. They've done the work. So we want to see them happy and healthy and be able to stay at their home and in a safe place.
Yeah, I love that. Let's move on over to leadership and roles.
Okay.
Ciara, as office manager, how do you keep the behind the scenes wheels turning so caregivers can focus on clients?
Yes. So my number one responsibility, my goal is to meet with the family. Once I meet with the family, I have an idea of what their expectations are, what are the tasks they want to feel that they are getting what they're paying for, essentially. And then I like to meet with the senior individual themselves.
Yeah.
Their idea of what they may want doesn't always cooperate or is in the same alignment with their family. So I have to play matchmaker and kind of make those two things coincide with each other. I then share that with our caregivers. They never go in blind. I'm always there to do an introduction. So since I'm the first person they meet, I like to kind of seal the deal and make sure that they come in with the caregiver and myself. So it's not just a stranger popping up at your door at 8 in the morning. You've got to show them everything that you've already shared me. I don't want you to be a parrot and have to repeat it. A lot of times we leave out information because we're just, well, I already said this, so you think you've already shared it. So I really like to do that. And it kind of helps the behind the scenes move fluidly. There's some cohesion. We're all speaking the same language. There's no room for forgot this, forgot that. So I make sure there's a paper trail. There's a virtual trail. As we all know, we're all digital. So we've got to make sure they have an app that has all that information. And that's kind of what I do to make everything run smooth behind and on the scenes.
I love that. It's like dotting I's and crossing T's.
Constantly.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. And Shima, as director, how do you balance clinical oversight with community relations and team culture?
Yeah, so I really come from a different lens. I want to make sure that everything comes together. So my team is communicating effectively with the families. My team is communicating effectively with the caregivers. We love to love on our employees. So if we don't love on them, they won't love on our family. So that all has to work in a team. We're all a team. And then once all of that, those pieces are put together, I then work in the community as well. So I'll work with case managers or social workers, physicians, just to ensure that the families are getting the best care all the way around.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so let's switch gears to care philosophy and client experience. What should families understand about the difference between home care versus home health?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it is constantly brought up when we meet other professionals. Even they ask us, so what's the difference? I think it's a little confusing. We both have home in our name. So home health is going to be your clinical, need a doctor referral to stay homebound. And that is providing short visits. They're typically covered by an insurance, and it's typically has a doctor referral. Home care, which is what our company does, is non-clinical. We're non-medical. We can do medication reminding. We can make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to. We stay for longer visits. And we're able to kind of fill the gaps. If we have a working family that's away from 8 to 3, we fill in that time. Your home health will only come for about 20, 30 minutes. We can stay anywhere from 2 to more hours, as long as they like.
I love that. I love the medication reminding.
Yes, that's essential.
It is.
Yes, in home health, they'll have you have your physical therapy, your occupational therapy, your nursing. For home care, we can stay for 24/7. So we can have our team there to give families a peace of mind to still go out and work, still go out and be able to live their lives and know that their family member is in good hands.
Right. I love that. All right. So how do you assess the right care plan for someone, and what's your approach to personalization?
I love that.
Yes. Personalization is very important. Every family is different. Every senior is different. They all have different wants, different interests, different religions, backgrounds, culture. So I feel like a chameleon sometimes. I have to blend into every background. I have to be comforting, respectful to whatever that difference may be. It may not be my life, but I need to assume it as mine so I can find the best connection with that caregiver. So the personalization, I focus on 4 things. Meals. Is there a dietary restriction I need to know about? Is there a favoritism, a dislike they have? Bathing. Is this a responsibility we're going to take on? Can they bathe themselves? If they can, we want them to keep that independence. We don't want to take away. Just because we can go and bathe them doesn't mean we're just going to strip that from them. If you don't use it, you lose it. So we want to make sure that they still have that supervision. If something were to happen, we're there. Reach their feet, get their back. We can help out in those ways. So the last 2 are ambulation. Is this someone that walks? Are we helping them walk? Are we having to remind them to grab their walker, to grab their cane? A lot of our seniors like to kind of abandon them in the home and just couch surf, as I call it. They just kind of run their hand over objects, trying to keep themselves upright. And that's typically room for a fall. And lastly, hobbies. Their independence, their interests, those are very important. Just because they may not be as able-bodied as our caregivers doesn't mean they still shouldn't participate in things they enjoy. So we want to highlight those things, give them that quality of life.
Right. I love that personalization. All right. So can you share a time when your team made a real difference in a family's life?
Yes. I have because of HIPAA, I cannot disclose any real information about them, but it was a wonderful family we had the pleasure of working with in the Hill Country. We'll say she's a centennial, so up in age, and her home was not adapt for her to age that long in place. The family did not want to move her. She did not want to move from that home. So we were able to come in, help out, make recommendations of home improvement for them to, in a cost-effective way, make the home a safe environment for mom to age in.
Yeah.
One of the huge differences was both adult children were going through their own medical crisis. So it was really hard for them to step away from their own health and help their mom. And so we were able to step in after 2 years of us regularly being there. The family was able to get some independence. They were able to get their own health underway. And we received some really lovely Christmas cards and things of that nature, just thanking us for the time and dedication we had to their family. And she loved Dairy Queen. So anytime I came by, I'd bring some Dairy Queen for her. It's the little things that matters.
It's the little things. I love how you found solutions, to make the home safer for her.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right. So, as you know, home care, it's grown rapidly.
Yes.
How has the landscape changed in recent years?
Oh my gosh, the landscape has changed actually very drastically. We both have been in this business for quite a long time, and even back in the day, I remember my grandma had a caregiver, and I didn't even know. I thought she was a part of our family. So it's interesting because things have really shifted. Back in the day, seniors were dying earlier, 60s or 70s. Now, if somebody dies around that age, what do we all say? Oh my God, they were so young. So right now, seniors are living into their 80s, 90s, 100s. I remember when a senior would hit over 100 and everyone wanted to call the news. Now we hear it every other day. I'm like, oh my God, 102, that's great. So is he walking? Is he, what can we do? It's still very amazing, but because the baby boomers are here and living longer, everyone is still very vibrant and vivacious. So we're definitely seeing a change in the need. The need is almost triple than what it used to be because there's so many more seniors. Also the need for just care, home care. I can't tell you how many calls I get from a hospital or a social worker who says, hey, Shima, we have a client who is getting discharged. They don't really have insurance. They don't really have money, but they need help. And that pulls at our heartstrings because we want to help so bad. And obviously we can't help everybody, but our goal, we have such a deep passion for what we do. We want to help everyone, but sometimes we just can't. But that's, the biggest change is the amount of seniors now that are here.
Right. Yeah. And, going back to a lot of people think that the home care provider is like a family member.
Yes.
I used to think that. She had her home care person with her at all times. And then when she passed away, she ended up taking care of my uncle. She was at all the family reunions, every party, every event. I thought she was the long lost cousin.
Me too. And we tell our caregivers that you're going to almost become like family, you know, and if you do that, that's successful, you know, and sometimes they don't look like their client, you know, you can have different races, different religions, different backgrounds, and they just click because of the passion that our caregivers have. And when those families see that, oh my God, they're taking care of them like they're your own. And that's what we share to our team. Please take care of our clients like that is your grandma, like that is your mom or dad.
I love that. Yeah. And everybody loved her. Everybody.
Oh, I'm sure. That's a job well done.
Yes.
All right. What about other trends that you're seeing and how people choose care, you know, such as tech, remote monitoring, caregiving, training, or family involvement?
Yeah. So in the world now, things are changing a little bit. You know, right now, it's really common for most of our families to have cameras. Actually, we welcome it. We actually love it. The fact that our families have cameras. And I mean, it's almost unheard of now to go into a house without one. Because I love that it gives our families even more, you know, peace of mind that we can watch a fall, we can watch, you know, and it's not so much. And I tell our providers, they're not watching you. They're not trying to see if you're doing anything, but they want to ensure that their loved one is safe and taken care of. So I see that's a big difference. Training has changed. So we still do hands-on training in the office as well. But of course, now there are courses that we can send online that they could cover, and they're all per the state of Texas and all regulated. So they can, any of our providers can still go through training, but we do need to be able to see that they can physically do their job to make sure that they're 100% able to take care of our clients.
All right. Awesome. So another area I want our listeners to hear about is culture and team. And I know you've kind of touched that on already, but how do you maintain that consistency across caregivers when every family's needs are different?
That's a great question. So one of the things is just the same language, using the same terminology, using the same verbiage. That's huge. It goes across all platforms for all of our caregivers, for internal staff. We're all on the same page. For speaking the same language or speaking the same terms, there's less room for error. You know, I'm not going to call it one thing and then another. That's going to cause confusion. So you want to make sure you're very concise. Everything stays the same. You know, it's harder to break a routine when it's familiar. Culture also involves updating our training. There's new research being developed all the time about Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. We still don't have a cure for these things. We have medication to slow it. There's things like that, diet that can maybe help it. But doing a hands-on virtual as well training, I like to go in and see the training play out. So after we do an in-person training or virtual, I will accompany that caregiver to the home and see for myself that they can comply and that they are reaching those standards and being compliant in that type of care.
Oh, I love that. I love the ongoing training. It's so important. Yeah, we got to keep our saws sharp, you know?
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about community and trust. So for many families, you know, trust is the biggest concerns. How do you build that from the first conversation?
Yes. A lot of families come to us already apprehensive to the care. So of course we're gonna give them the black and white. We are licensed, we are insured, we're bonded, right? Our caregivers are put through our local background check, a national background check, the nurses registry. So under the healthcare umbrella, we want to make sure there's no theft, neglect, abuse, things like that. Our ongoing training and our presence. I'm not a director that sits behind my desk in a glass office. I absolutely am active. I'm out in the field with my team.
You're very hands-on.
I am. It's so funny because I get that all the time when I'm at events or I go to somewhere and they're like, wait, you're a director? I'm like, yes. And I'll roll my sleeves up and I'll put my scrubs on and my tennis shoes. So it's really, really about also bringing everybody together. So we want to personalize as well, you know? So whatever that family's going through, if we haven't heard it, we've heard it. We've seen it, you know? So we can definitely really connect with the families, whether it be something that they're personally going through, because usually families come through to us and it's a crisis. They're not in a good space. So when they come to us, we try to make them feel warm, make them feel welcome, make them feel understanding that you called the right place. We got you. And we have to really ensure that we follow through. And so our word is everything. So if I say I'm going to come out and I'll be out there in 20 minutes and we'll get that assessment done and we can start that shift tonight, understand, Nina, it's happening.
I love it. Is there anything else that you want families to know about DLT that might surprise them?
Ooh, great question. I think right now we are trying to reach the masses in the culture in the city right now. We are having an art auction, a senior art auction coming up soon. We're excited about it. And honestly, it has absolutely nothing to do with more so the art, but more the artist. We want to highlight our seniors in this community, what they're doing, who they are, what they went through, whether it was, you know, the Holocaust, slavery, World War II, whatever it is, our amazing seniors. And hopefully people will understand that the need for care is really important right now. There are seniors who are dire need to get at least someone to come and help change their diaper, give them a bath, just be there for them, because maybe they don't have family or maybe they don't have the resources. So the biggest thing that DLP Home Care really wants to convey is that we are truly here not only for our agency, but for any other agency that needs help with their clients that are coming in.
We definitely want to assist each other. We're all a resource to seniors. You know, maybe we're not the right fit. We have a lot of networking, a lot of connections. Like Teshema said, we've been in the business a long time. So we know a lot of people. A lot of the times we may stay in the same business, but may switch gears. So it's nice having those connections that, hey, I can't help this person over here. I'll place a call to my friend. And she's also a professional in a different area, and she may be able to provide that. At the end of the day, it is our compassion, our care. So we want to make sure they are happy, they're safe, no matter what. If it's not us, we're going to help find someone for them.
And I love y'all's passion too.
Thank you.
So before we wrap up, let's get into impact and future vision. What does success look like for DLP Home Care Services over the next 12 to 24 months?
Oh my gosh, success looks like being able to touch as many families as we can, as many people that can call and say, hey, I need help, or my neighbor needs help, or a friend needs help, my dad, my whoever it is. Our long-term goal is to touch as many families, help as many families, and change as many families' lives as we can.
I love it. Absolutely. And so how can listeners get in touch, learn more, and connect with you if they're considering home care for a loved one?
Yes, if they're considering care for a loved one, they can call us directly at our number. They can find us on Facebook. I'm happy to put my number out there. It's 210-464-2578. That is my direct line. I always have my phone on me. It's vibrated a couple of times by my foot. So as soon as we finish this, I'll be returning some calls. And we're always accessible. We do have a website. Can be a little confusing. So our Facebook is probably our easiest way to get a hold of us as well. If you're just looking to see what we're about, have some inquiries, you know, we all have Facebook Messenger. So we're happy to respond on there.
Gotcha.
Yes. And it's DLPHomecare.net.
DLPHomecare.net. Awesome. Okay, wonderful. Ciara and Teshema, thank you so much for this insightful conversation. It's been so great to learn from you guys today. Thank you for being on.
Thank you so much for having us.
Awesome. And a huge thank you again to Ciara Lillie and Teshema Manning from DLP Home Care Services for joining me today and giving us an inside look at what compassionate, personalized home care really looks like in San Antonio. We talked about how DLP approaches care with heart and professionalism, the trends shaping how families make care decisions, and the culture of trust and training that makes your team stand out. If you found today's episode valuable, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a conversation that helps you grow. And if you're a business owner or a healthcare leader looking to expand your reach, strengthen your reputation, or connect with your community on a deeper level, I'd love to help you craft a strategy that gets your brand seen, found, and chosen. I offer a special Get Found and Get Heard package that combines organic SEO with targeted radio to help brands build trust, drive traffic, and generate real results. We'll take a look at where you are and how you can grow, whether that's through SEO, digital ads, or getting found locally. No pressure, just real solutions tailored to your goals. And of course, you can reach me anytime at growthmode@salemsurround.com, or you can call me at 210-526-3626. And until next time, keep pushing forward and stay in growth mode.
Thanks for listening to the Growth Mode podcast with Nina Labbe. Stay connected, keep learning, and keep growing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you next time on Growth Mode.
Want to grow your business online and on the air? Right now, when you sign up for a 6-month organic SEO campaign at $3,100 a month, we'll include a free radio schedule, 1 week per month for 6 months to help kickstart your visibility. That's a $5,000 value in radio advertising, designed to drive awareness and leads from day one. Don't miss it. Email Nina Labbe at growthmode@salemsurround.com or call 210-526-3626 to learn more.